Right then, lads and lasses, how we doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day today. It now looks like Newcastle United have seriously stepped up our game in the transfer market, as it's been reported by the Daily Mail that Newcastle United are now leading the race to sign the in-demand and soon-to-be free agent, current Fulham defender Tosin Adarabioyo. We spoke about him so much, and of course another man, as it's been reported elsewhere that Newcastle United have reached a verbal agreement with also an in-demand free agent. His name is Lloyd Kelly. We are very well aware of both players, as not only have we done various videos on them, but of course they've been surrounding Newcastle United in our sort of news for a very, very long time. But ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, if we sign these two players, that will be unbelievable business. And many people have been saying if they come in, they are not Newcastle United level. I'm not happy with these signings. Honestly, a fair few people have been saying that. So if you are one of them people, I'm not going to judge you as of right now. But look, stick around till the end of the video, because of course I'll explain my reason to why I think Newcastle United will have some unbelievable business done if we sign these two players, and why they will impact Newcastle United very, very positively. But also, ladies and gentlemen, one man that you all know I love very, very much is Crystal Palace's star boy, Michael Aliassi. We've also got a little transfer touch-up on the Frenchman, as he is now aware of Newcastle United's interest. Very, very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. So look, without further ado, let's get into this news. It's great to be back with the daily news, ladies and gentlemen. So, as always, like if you do enjoy, and of course subscribe if you are new around here, and get them notification bells turned on so you are always new to the Geordie Josh videos. And of course, see you very nice and early, and let me know down below in the comments, are you in favour of signing both free agents Tosin Adarabioyo and Bournemouth's current defender Lloyd Kelly? And by the way, I've been watching Lloyd Kelly recently. I've got to say, in the videos that I was doing, I've watched him a little bit, but I've really been kind of revising Lloyd Kelly. I know that sounds weird, like I'm doing my GCSEs, but he seriously is a proper player, although of course we'll get onto it, a very worrying injury record. But look, it's been reported by the Daily Mail, ladies and gentlemen, today that Newcastle United are now clear favourites to sign the in-demand Tosin Adarabioyo. The 26-year-old values the ambition of the club, and the project that was presented to the young man also impresses him. Talks have taken place over the last week with many teams regarding Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham United, and even Italian giants AC Milan, 7 times Champions League winners. All talks have been taking place with them teams, and Tosin Adarabioyo, of course, becoming a free agent and a very Premier League proven decent player as well. There is going to be a lot of interest around him, but Newcastle United are now leading the race, and Tosin Adarabioyo really likes the look of Newcastle United. One more thing that he does like the look of is working under Eddie Howe. He's realised how many players that Eddie Howe has improved since coming to Newcastle United, and of course with Sven Botman and Jamal Lascelles, unfortunately for us, dealing with a very long ACL injury. I believe they're going to be out for nearly 6 to 9 months. Tosin Adarabioyo will certainly fancy his chances getting first team football, and another thing that will boost that, and of course his game time, is if we get European football, which has also been said in this article, one thing that he's certainly looking forward to as well. And as we know, around a week ago we got some news that Tosin Adarabioyo has received a contract offer from Newcastle United worth £100,000 per week. If he becomes a Magpie, that's how much he'll be earning. And many people have also, of course, with these player signings, have put question marks around saying, how on earth does he deserve 100 grand a week? Bruno's on 160, Isak is on 120. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be real, he's not costing us a singular penny in transfer fees. So with competition with Manchester United, Chelsea, Spurs, AC Milan, maybe not so much AC Milan in this current situation, can offer so much money, especially like Manchester United. They chuck out hundreds of thousands of pounds in wages here, there and everywhere. I think Marcus Rashford's on like 500 grand a week. Absolutely unbelievable for a player of his quality. Yes, he's a local lad. It's absolutely absurd. Honestly, they can dish out money like it's absolutely nothing. So when we've got competitions from them teams, and of course you could say are more tractable as well, Manchester United are, although I hate to say it, one of the most decorated and biggest clubs in the history of football. If you were a player and Man United offered you a contract, you would be saying, I don't know if I'm going to turn this one down. So Newcastle United will have to up their games in the wage market, and 100 grand a week for someone who is going to be a decent player, Premier League proven as well, by the way, got nearly 200 games under his belt, including the Championship as well. It's not bad whatsoever. This kid is not no mud to the Premier League. And of course, like I said in this video, I will make my argument to why I believe both players with Lloyd Kelly and Tosin Adarabioyo will be good business for Newcastle United. And please, literally, if you don't believe they will, stick around in the video. We'll take a look at Lloyd Kelly first, because it has been reported elsewhere, apart from the Daily Mail, that Newcastle United have reached a verbal agreement with Lloyd Kelly, which yet again, not only is it good business because we're getting the players in, but we are beating other competitors as well. Tottenham Hotspur, West Ham United, Manchester United were always interested in Lloyd Kelly. Yet again, like I said, there's one thing that's worrying me with Lloyd Kelly. He's missed 15 Premier League games this season and 14 last season as well. It's not just like it's been one bad injury this season. This is a reoccurring thing. But if you actually look at Lloyd Kelly's sort of performances in his game, he's a very good player. Tackling is certainly a strong point, with being a tall and strong lad and a ball-playing defender, which funnily enough, that all suits Tosin and Adarabioyo as well. Two great defenders, by the way. That is certainly strong points of his game, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing I noticed as well, I went on Lloyd Kelly's Instagram, to be honest, because when I do the B-roll in the videos and I put sort of player images up, there's not a lot about Lloyd Kelly, so I had to go to his Instagram. But one thing I did notice, I went on to his latest post, and in the comments are just Bournemouth fans flooding it. Please sign another contract. You're a Rolls Royce of a defender, all that sort of stuff. That is certainly what we want to be hearing. If they were saying stuff like, get out of my club, you're no good anyways, you're always a sick note, that's not what we want to be hearing. But that sort of news, it's always kind of a positive, certainly. And to also give this deal a little bit more of confirmation is that one of the best journalists in the business, Fabrizio Romano, has reported that not only Lloyd Kelly but also Tosin Adarabioyo deals for Newcastle United are progressing very well and very fast as well. Kelly is a priority target for Newcastle United, and also, ladies and gentlemen, this is also telling me that Matthew Targett could potentially leave Newcastle United. Not only is it because he's actually injured quite a lot of the time, he's on 100 grand a week, which yet again will be another downside to see if we can offload him, because that is a lot of money for the quality of Matthew Targett. He's not the worst player ever. I remember last season I was calling for Matthew Targett to start ahead of Dan Burn. He's not the worst player ever, but 100 grand a week. And by the way, now look at the depth. If we sign Lloyd Kelly at left back now, Lloyd Kelly can play there, Big Dan Burn can play there, Lewis Hall can certainly play there. He's been really impressing me recently. Tino Livramento can play there, Trippier can play there. Of course, it's not preferably, but he can. So ladies and gentlemen, let's be real, there's a lot of depth at left back. Is Matthew Targett, who's currently on £100,000 per week, actually going to benefit us at all? Whether he goes out on a loan and say a team covers 50% of his wages, if we can't offload him, it's going to have to be done, because let's be real, lads and lasses, he's not going to give us that much productivity for the money that we're paying for him. And just before we get on to the absolutely fantastic Michael Aliassi, because we seriously have got quite a bit of news on him and some very exciting news as well, certainly in my books, let's just take a look. If we do sign both Lloyd Kelly and Tosin Adarabioyo, the depth we will have at centre-back, which yet again I will make my case to why I believe both players will be fantastic business for Newcastle United. Look at the depth at centre-back right now. Of course, we do know that Sven Botman and Jamal Lascelles are out with an ACL injury, but let's just include them for this because it sounds really good. So, Sven Botman and Jamal Lascelles, then we've got Fabian Shaw, then we've got Tosin and Kelly, then we've got Big Dan Burn. Emil Kraft can play there. Of course, he's been playing there very recently for Newcastle United, and of course, if Fabian Shaw is out for that Old Trafford away fixture, which is very, very vital for us, we'll only need a draw or win there, and we've got European football. How fantastic is that? Also, we've got young Alex Murphy there, who has just signed a new contract with Newcastle United. Of course, we signed him 2 years ago from Galway United, and Eddie Howe does really, really like the player. He can play centre-back and left-back as well, so that's another lad who can play left-back. Matthew Targett could truly and well be without in Newcastle United. So look, that cover at centre-back, and as we've learned this season, we can't go on with the likes of Matt Ritchie and Paul Dummett playing while we're in the Champions League. The top clubs need depth, so ladies and gentlemen, them two players is exactly what Newcastle United need. But look, just before we get on to Michael Aliassi, the reason to why, yet again, I know I've said it quite a few times, why I believe signing these two players will be fantastic business for Newcastle. Yet again, we need depth. We've certainly learned that this season, but also the amount of teams that we've beat off for these two signatures, like I said, Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, AC Milan, these clubs like AC Milan, Champions League semi-finalists 2 years ago, they are well-renowned clubs. Tottenham Hotspur, okay, right, they are major bottlers. I don't think I should be saying that being a Newcastle fan, but Man United and AC Milan are unbelievably massive clubs. They are, seriously they are. So them two players, you know, if you're an Englishman, you've been in England your whole life, oh, I want to get away to Italy where the weather's nice. I'm playing in the San Siro for the 7-time Champions League winners, but you're going to come to Newcastle United on only 100 grand a week when you are a free agent. We've beat off all the competition and the big money spenders like Man United. Lads, we've done a fantastic bit of business there. And finally, lads and lasses, on to, in my opinion, the absolutely fantastic Michael Aliassi. Honestly, even in a Crystal Palace team, which, by the way, I can't cut them so much credit, recently, under Oliver Glasner, in that 5-2-3 formation, Adam Wharton, Michael Aliassi, Eberechi, Jean-Philippe Mateta, Daniel Munoz, Anderson, Mark Wehi, who although has been injured for quite a while, and Tyreek Mitchell, these guys, they could actually go for Europe next season. But honestly, look, Michael Aliassi, every time I watch this guy, his footwork, his ability just to shoot outside the box, plucks it from nowhere and it goes in, and the way he just doesn't celebrate his goals after, he's honestly such a cold bowler, such a nonchalant character, shall we say. In his interviews, in his press conferences, he just gives very blunt answers, which I don't know why, but I absolutely love it. But look, nevertheless, from a personal opinion, he's been absolutely balling out this season. 10 goals, 5 assists in 18 appearances, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, has also been under Roy Hodgson. As we all know, Roy Hodgson's tactics were, unfortunately for the man, absolute credit to world football. He's had such a fantastic career in management and undoubtedly served the correct use term of longevity as well, but they were outdated in today's Premier League terms. When you've got Adarabioyo and Michael Aliassi, you don't sort of go 4-4-2 with them sort of players, do you? But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, Michael Aliassi is now aware of Newcastle United's interest in the young Frenchman. I'm just praying that we can get him. And also, what does make it a possibility that Newcastle United could get the young Frenchman, and of course, in demand, Man United, Manchester City, Chelsea, all the top clubs, rightly so as well, are interested in that young man. It's been reported that, of course, he does have a release clause, which will be active in the summer, but that release clause, although it is complicated with stipulations, is not actually as high as £60 million. It could be £59 million for all who knows, but that release clause is under £60 million. Now, lads and lasses, of course, that is a lot of money, but in today's day and age, when you've got a 22-year-old, which, let's all be real, even Anthony Gordon said in a recent interview, what you're paying for nowadays is potential. You're not paying for the current ability, you're paying to sort of beat off other teams in the future, and of course get that price tag sort of kind of low to what it will be in the next 2-3 years when that player is developed. It's not a lot whatsoever for a man who's in demand with the likes of Manchester City, already proving himself right now in a Crystal Palace team where he is thriving. If he came to Newcastle United, where we need a right winger, oh my god, the Premier League will shake. It will be hard to get Michael Aliassi to sign for Newcastle United, though, like I said, Chelsea, who although are not as exciting as Newcastle United right now, although it is clicking for them recently, we've seen the sort of car crash season that they have had, spending £1 billion and still near enough fighting off mid-table every single season. Newcastle United, though, let's be real, if he is aware of our interest, and we do get some sort of European football, fingers crossed the Europa League, it could turn his head, and fingers crossed as well. Oh my god, what a player that man is. I'd honestly do anything to see him play at Newcastle United. Imagine Gordon on the left wing, Alexander Isak up top, and Michael Aliassi on the right, and hopefully sell Magyar on to sort of raise funds around that deal right there. Oh my god, lads and lasses, we're winning a Carabao Cup with that, at least. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, you let me know down below, would you be happy with the free agent duo signing of Tosin Adarabioyo and Lloyd Kelly? Because it does look more than ever that it's likely to be done. And of course, would you take Michael Aliassi at Newcastle United for under £60 million? That's like saying, I don't know, are you going to breathe today? You know what I mean? Obviously, you're going to take him for under £60 million. But look, nevertheless, I know some people actually want to do. Let me know if you wouldn't. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Geordie Josh. Hope you've all enjoyed today's video. So like and comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have, I've been Geordie Josh. Go and enjoy your day, people.